Okay, she keep going every single night. Day and night on my mind, pushing a cute vibe.
How's it going, everybody? This is Top Travel. Hope you're having another great day, and welcome back to another video. Obviously, as you can tell, I'm still a little bit under the weather from earlier this week. However, I am a little bit better now than I was earlier this week because the cold that I had was really bad earlier this week, like around Monday or Tuesday. But I am still planning to go through this video just so I can get you something out for today. This was what I was going to do earlier this week, but I'm moving it to today. This is going to be the 5 things that you should do on Halloween. Obviously, Halloween is probably one of the most popular holidays here in all of America. It's that time of year where kids get to go out and get some candy and also play around with their friends in their costumes as well, and also just celebrate Halloween as well, celebrate all the spooky frights that happens around town, and just have a little bit of fun. But it's more than just trick-or-treating, obviously, that you can do, and here are some of the other ways that you and your kids can celebrate this festive holiday. The first one is to do some pumpkin carving. Now, obviously, during this time of year is when fall is supposed to begin, obviously, and so usually around this time, the leaves will start turning orange and start falling, and a lot of times, a lot of gardens, they will be opening up for pumpkin selling as well. So why not go out there and go find a pumpkin or two to bring home and then try to carve out a pumpkin face as well, try to carve out a very scary pumpkin face with, like a few triangle eyes, a mouth, and all that stuff, and put a little candle inside as well, just show off to your friends, maybe even just paint it as well. Trust me, when I was a kid, I did that multiple times, we would go get a couple of pumpkins and then we would carve them out, take out a whole lot of the goo inside of it, which is obviously a little disgusting, but still, we were able to decorate them and, just have a little bit of fun with them, and that's something that you and your kids will have a lot of fun doing. And it really doesn't matter what they look like, it doesn't even have to look scary. It can be like funny, it can be a little bit spooky, it really doesn't matter. Pumpkin carving is probably one of the most popular activities around the Halloween season, and so obviously, if you do have a pumpkin or two at your house, hey, why not go ahead and take it out and have a little bit of fun with it. Next thing you can do is do some Halloween baking, obviously, during this time, a lot of cookies and a whole lot of desserts and pastries, they will usually be decorated during the Halloween season, just to celebrate a little bit of some of the spooky frights. Some of those examples may be pies, pumpkin pies are obviously very popular because, all the pumpkins that are in that pie is actually coming from the actual pumpkins in itself. You also get a lot of cookies where you have a little bit of decorating as well, maybe you put some bats on there, and even some ghost decorations and even a few sprinkles on it as well. Heck, even Halloween style cupcakes as well, or a Halloween style cake to go along with it. It really doesn't matter what kind of pastry that you make during Halloween, because chances are if you're at a Halloween party, you're likely going to be having those out on the table for everybody to have and enjoy. Those are some of the things that everybody enjoys to have during Halloween season. It's a whole lot of treats, and it's not just the candies that the kids will go out and trick or treat for during the Halloween night. So yeah, if you're a pastry maker and you love baking, why not make some Halloween treats for your friends and family? Give a little bit of them to your family and just have a little bit of fun with them in regards to that. The next one would be to have a game night or a movie night. Have a little bit of fun with your family and friends, in regards to a Halloween style celebration. Games, it can really be anything, like maybe like charades or something like that, or maybe even a card game in which is Halloween style or something like that. Heck, maybe it doesn't have to be Halloween style, I used to play Uno a lot as a kid when I was downstairs with my dad, and obviously I still play it a little bit now, but not as much as I used to do before. But it's still popular, obviously. And there's also a few board games as well that you can play too, Some of the more popular ones, obviously, that may have some Halloween themes into it, those are still very popular as well. So, if you have like a game or two that you have in there, or maybe one that comes up in your mind, hey, why not go ahead and try something like that, Play around with your friends, maybe even at a party as well, and, just have a little bit of creativity to go around with it. And of course, there are a lot of Halloween movies to go along with it as well, Jaws, which actually the New Jersey Symphony, my company, is holding this weekend at a few places, that's a Halloween movie that you can probably enjoy, and also like a few others as well, there's also like some horror movies, so I would not recommend that to kids, or maybe even some funny Halloween movies, like The Nightmare Before Christmas, even though that's more of a Christmas movie, but it still has some Halloween themery into it, and then a few other stuff as well, Obviously, movies are very popular during this time of year as well. So yeah, it really doesn't matter, if you are a game lover, or even just love watching Halloween style movies, during this time in Halloween season, why not go ahead and have a game out or watch a movie or two or something like that, Obviously, those are some real good ways to get some leisure time with your friends and family. The next one is to hold a costume party, and obviously, this is probably more figured with the adults in the room. Obviously, have a little bit of fun with the teenagers and even the adults as well. I've seen a lot of high school students, I've seen a lot of college students, a lot of the clubs will have their own costume parties as well, have their own costume contests, and heck, even a few organizations would do this as well. I mean, hold a costume contest, whichever has the best costume in the entire organization or even the entire college, they win a prize or something like that. Or maybe just show off, have just like a costume show, like a runway, something like that. You walk around with your costume or something like that, and maybe even like a ghost or like a vampire style costume, or maybe even like a zombie, something like that. Maybe look a little scary or something like that. Having a costume party is a lot of fun, and usually for people that are my age, even though I usually don't wear costumes anymore, those are the kinds of things that people will enjoy doing. They love to show off and like just celebrate good times with a whole lot of costumes, and just have a little fun, spook some people, all that stuff. So if you happen to have a lot of friends that have a lot of costumes and love showing off, why not hold a costume party? Obviously, that's a great way to get on your feet, have a little bit of fun, and just show off as well. Show off your best spooky fright, show off your costume, and just scare some people. Though I don't mean literally, of course. And finally, one more thing that you can do during Halloween. Well, obviously, this is probably the most simple one of them all. Trick or treat. And obviously that is mostly with your kids, but it can be for anyone, obviously. If you have kids with you, they're probably going to want to go out in their costumes and, go trick or treating, obviously. So, when it comes late at night on Halloween night, go out with them, take them around town and go to some strangers' houses and, let them get some candy, obviously. Besides, it is the one time of year in which kids are probably going to be allowed to go up to strangers' houses and, ask for something or something like that. And most of the time, it will be candy. And so, obviously, this is the one time where kids can get to go out and just have a little fun and meet some other people and stuff like that. And of course, they'll also meet some new people as well during this time, some that could become friends, or some that may have some interesting costumes as well, some people that just love the Halloween spirit and just really have a lot of fun as well. And so obviously that's a good thing for you and your kids to enjoy. And of course, the kids are going to love all the candy that they get as well when they're out there. When they do come home, they're probably going to begin munching on them right away, and it'll probably take them like a whole week or two to be able to finish their entire basket of candy that they get, unless they're really quick and minty eaters, obviously, which I personally have done before. I'm just somebody that when I was obese, I used to have a lot of candy and I would just eat them all in like a couple weeks. But yeah, trick-or-treating is probably the most popular activity for everybody during the Halloween season. So obviously on Halloween night, if you love the spirit, take your kids out and go trick-or-treat and get a lot of candy, because that's probably the one time where you're really going to enjoy being out in the dark. But yeah, Halloween is absolutely one of the most popular holidays here in America, and it's really because all the kids out there, they love to have their costumes and just go out trick-or-treat and have some fun. They really enjoy having candy, they enjoy showing off their costumes, and more importantly, they just love the Halloween spirit. And so during this time of year, these are just some of the things that I talked about today that you can really enjoy Halloween with. And there are a lot of other activities as well that go along with it. But if you enjoy Halloween like your kids do, go out there and celebrate the spirit with them, because this is that one time of year where you're allowed to get away with creating a very spooky fright. Alright, so I'd like to hear from you folks. What are your favorite Halloween memories? In fact, what are some of your favorite things that you like to do on Halloween? Feel free to let me know down in the comments. I'll be more interested in hearing about them. Anyways, that's it for another video. I hope you all enjoyed it. As always, if you'd like to see more of my content, be sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell so you know when my latest video is released. Comment below for future suggestions for all my videos, whether it's vlogs, projects, or challenges, you name it. Leave it in the comments below and I'll do my best to make them. As always, follow me on my social media. All the links are in the description below. That's going to do it for another video. I hope you all enjoyed it. Obviously, I'm very sorry that you had to deal with a sick Todd in this video, but hopefully I get better enough where I can bring back the real excitement that I share in my next video. So I'm hopefully getting better, but either way, thank you for sticking with me. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. And as always, I hope to see all of you again in another video very soon. Enjoy Halloween, everybody. Trick or treat.